Hey, welcome back. This is Jeff Logsdon of Valor Restoration, sitting here with my very good friend, Marty Henderson, a doctor of veterinary medicine and an entrepreneur and a curator of a car collection that's pretty cool. In particular, we'll talk today about your Cobra.
Yeah.
And the experience you've had with this. Kind of walk us through this. How long have you had the car?
Oh, man. Let's see. So the car was originally, it's a Backdraft Cobra. So it was a car that's manufactured in South Africa. One of the two big companies from South Africa, there's Superformance and Backdraft, are both South African manufactured cars. But this is one of their very early models. One of their, like in the hundreds. I forget what the production number was, but it was in the low hundreds. So first generation, I guess you'd say. Mm-hmm. And whoever owned it had a fire. Engine fire, and burned the whole front end down to the ground. Like there's all the fiberglass, everything was gone, just torched.
Burn victim.
Yeah. So the cab was okay, but everything in front of it was gone. And so a friend of mine out in California named Bob Carlisle, who's a real master car builder, found this frame. Basically, we were buying a Backdraft frame with a
Were
Backdraft
you looking
van.
for one?
Yeah, we were looking for
one.
one. Yeah, okay. we were hoping that if you, redo a car and not have to buy one, brand new, they would save money. Yeah, that
never
is
works,
not the case. That's far from the case.
It is.
But anyways, I mean, I have a lot more in it than if I'd bought a brand new one. But I also can say that I know most everything about it. I've ridden every single wave on this car that there is. I got to pick all the colors and the interior and just everything, is fully custom, my choices, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so Bob bought the car. And had it shipped to his shop in Southern California in Redlands and Riverside, excuse me. And he's, began the frame up restoration. We had to buy a body from Backdraft because everything on it's Backdraft. And so we bought all these parts from Backdraft and ultimately had to. I had a motor that I had purchased on another side thing that was ready to go. It was a 408, brand new. It was like 10 years old. It had never been used. It was built for a guy to drag race. And so it's estimated around 500 horsepower. We haven't dynoed it yet, but I'd really love to do that now that
we have a dyno, and we are going to do that.
I've heard you do.
But another quick point, that a 408 is a stroked 351
Yes.
Windsor.
Yes.
Almost to its limit. We've seen 427s, man. There's almost no silver wall left.
Yeah.
And so 408 about as far as you. And the guys at the shop pretty much say it's the best sounding car and maybe the best running car that we've got in the fleet.
Beautifully now.
It's amazing.
I mean, we went through a lot of things because when we got that motor, here's the problem with buying a motor that was custom built by apparently a very good engine builder in Louisiana. And I reached out to them after I got the car from California to here. Just had a lot more work to do, and that's where I met you and started working with Valor. When it got here, and there were just some serious things wrong. The harmonic balancer was all jacked up, and it would shake at weird RPMs, and we needed to find out, what are the specs on the cam and all that. And I did have certain things on paper that the guy who originally had the engine built gave to me when I bought it. But I called the shop that built it. It was their name was at the top of the receipt. And they're like, yeah, man, I wish I could tell you, but, hurricane, whatever, I forget which one hit Louisiana back
they lost the records,
10 years ago. They lost everything. Their whole shop was flooded, all their paperwork, everything destroyed.
Yeah.
So we really had to work it out as we went, which meant it took longer and cost more. But now it's running perfectly. Every time I want it to run, it runs perfectly. It runs great.
Not knowing what cam you've got, not having X-ray vision, it's tough to figure that stuff out. And there was some give and take. I want to say around COVID, and you and I really bonded. Yep. We really bonded, and it was getting that motor right, shimming the body, leveling it off. It wasn't quite level.
And the suspension,
So I want to call it cantilevered. I mean, that's what it felt like. but a beautiful car, a great guy. I mean, here we are just trying to keep a business open, and
Really?
you're helping us. And you'd studied and become a veterinarian. You understood medicine. We're in the middle of this pandemic, and I think what I heard from you more than anything was, don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Keep your business going.
Yeah.
Have your guys be smart, take care of themselves, wash, clean up. But if you guys are in the same environment every day, there's not that much risk. You can keep going forward. And heck, you were even coming over. I think your business got interrupted quite a bit.
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, the whole essential worker thing really irritates me because the government should not be defining who's essential. But veterinarians were considered essential, so we were still on the road doing what we do.
Were clinics closed?
No, but they were all doing like curbside.
Okay.
So they weren't allowing anybody in the building, which, was interesting. That was different.
And disruptive.
It very disruptive in a lot of ways. In some ways it made them more efficient. In other ways it didn't. But nonetheless, I mean, everybody, did the best they could to navigate that time, especially with a variety of different information going around, much of which was contradictory, and so it was very hard to navigate. But I wanted you to be confident that you could get through this without any significant delays in what you're doing, and that you guys could focus on health and wellness rather than alternative ways of dealing with this. I mean, what you need is a good immune system and a
That's really what you taught me. I mean, you came across to me as a guy, you cared about these blue collar guys that were doing the work
big time.
for you and others. We had a very centralized operation where we were painting and doing mechanical and doing fab in the same little 7,000 square foot building. Now we've blown up quite a bit and got a lot more space and decentralized. Got those things away from each other. But you were talking to me about basically health, and you were saying, man, get on vitamin D. How much vitamin D have you had been tested for that? I'm like, no, I haven't. You taught me a lot about vitamins and minerals and exercise, and I've gotten fat since. I think we all have had a rebound since COVID. We put weight back on. It's terrible, but that was a great crosswalk with you through that part of our lives, and we became tight and friendly and always honest. I mean, Marty's this guy. Any customer brings a car to you, you kind of take pictures, you take notes, you're writing things down because you never know that you might get blamed for something. This guy will go home and have an inconsistency with his motor, or something was damaged, and he'll go, no, that was already like that. I'm like, man, this guy really lives in the truth. I mean, you didn't nickel and dime me on stuff like that.
No, you didn't. Me either.
And we were honest with each other. And I think we scratched your car at some point doing something. And I'm like, I got to repaint that.
And you guys, you always took care of whatever needed to be done. Totally fair.
And that's how it should be, right? This is not your daily driver, a 66 Cobra
it's totally
with 500 horsepower.
It's totally a stupid thing you throw. This hole you throw money in, it's like, but
it's a rocket.
It's a dream come true.
Absolutely.
It's special.
It's a cue the deer moment. If you guys get a chance, I just want to plug the podcast, the 10 Commandments of Buying a Classic Car, because it's always like this. Like, I got a great deal. Did you? Because the bad part is what's coming sometimes.
Yes.
So watch that, the 10 Commandments of Buying a Classic Car. It's really a good step-by-step. Get a pre and purchase inspection. Know your builder. Like, you and I could go out right now and find you another dream car. And I want to ask why a Cobra. I want to ask that. But you and I could go on a journey right now and go find you the Mustang or Camaro of your dreams, or Corvette, and we'd be way more accurate. We'd know what the costs are, and I would help you find the right one for you, and because this is what I do, and I would be able to help head some of those things off.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Why a Cobra? Why a 66 Cobra? How did this
I
all
don't
start?
know. I mean, when I was like 12 years old, I've always been a crazy, about cars, a car guy since I was young. Could name every car that drove by on the road and generally what year it was and all those specs, and what have you. And I don't know why, but I mean, the Cobra is such a iconic, classic, just endlessly beautiful car. It looks old, but it doesn't look old. It's like, and it's so funny to see the responses I get around town wherever I'm driving and people like lean out the window and scream and thumbs up, and and it's pretty funny.
It's
People
a badass
love Cobras.
car.
It's
It
a great
really
car.
is. And the colors you pick, everything
Yeah.
so customized but so tasteful.
Yeah.
And it's a rocket. I mean, did you win the rally last year, or was it 2 years ago?
No, I mean there isn't really a
Okay.
competition
All
per
right.
se, but I got to race it on a track, which was pretty fun.
Was it a judged event or no? Okay,
no,
got it.
it was a track day, and everybody got to go out and run laps, and
All I remember was, will it be ready by Friday?
right.
And I'm going, yes. And we put 4 guys on it, make sure it gets to the rally.
Yeah, it worked out. Yeah.
So was it,
Actually, I'm wearing my Texas Cobra Club T-shirt.
as well, you should.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
It's a great group with hundreds of Cobras, and we meet every year in San Marcos. So it's just 20 minutes from here. It's
Fantastic.
Really great to live so close.
So it's not your daily driver. We talked about that a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for fun. What's the funnest part? I mean, why do you do it? And
There was an article in, I think it was Road and Track. It was either Road and Track or Car and Driver about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was the top 100 sports cars of all time.
okay,
And they rated the Cobra as the number 1 sports car of all time, above
that's cool.
Ferraris and everything else. And I was like, I was shocked. And yet, when you read why, I was like, oh yeah, checks all the boxes, because it's such a visceral, real experience. And of course, most of those other cars are too. But being open air, no roof.
I think they
the side
originated with
pipes.
that, even roll bars, right? The first
Yeah,
ones,
I don't think they did, and they didn't have
Tons
the
of
race ones
horsepower.
didn't have a windshield. High horsepower, very light.
It's
and
really scary, particularly with that much power.
you have to be very careful with it for sure.
We've done
There's
all
no
the safety
nannies.
things you can. You get the 3-point harness, and we'll do a walk around. But it gets your nerves you woken up. I mean,
yeah.
you're alive when you're in that thing.
The longer I go without driving it, if there's the longer the gap between when I get to drive it and then I drive it again, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot. It's there's a lot of torque. It's a lot of fun, but the sound too. It's a visceral thing, to hear the side pipes and the motor, and just I don't know. It's an amazing experience, and this car being old but being manufactured, it has BMW 4-wheel independent suspension, has a BMW rear end, a Tremec transmission, so like it's modern and has 4-wheel disc brakes, unlike all the originals.
You
They
went with
had
the
leaf
big brakes, right?
springs.
The
I went
Brembos,
big.
I think,
Yeah,
weren't they?
six piston Brembos in the front, 4s in
Sweet.
the back. So they're just regular power brakes, not ABS, but it stops very well.
I've noticed it.
Yeah, the originals were built on leaf springs. I mean, can you imagine racing that car at 120 miles an hour on a track on leaves?
These guys were nuts.
They were nuts, man. Ken Miles was amazing.
Yes, he was. I think that was one of the first ones he raced. But I don't know all the heritage on that. But that's a great backdrop. I'd like to ask you more about your business and what you do, and how you came to find us, and what's next.
Yeah, so I am, as we said, I'm a veterinarian, and I have for 23 years done diagnostic ultrasound exclusively for other vets. So I drive around in a different vehicle with an ultrasound machine in
Not
the back.
the Cobra?
Not the Cobra. I could fit my machine in there, though. Just nothing else. But we drive from hospital to hospital, and we unload, and they schedule ahead of time with us. And they have patients that are sick that instead of doing surgery and opening the dog or cat up to find out what's wrong inside, which is sometimes the only way you can figure it out, well, now we could do an ultrasound, or we could do a CT, as they would do in human medicine more readily. But CTs are very expensive and require full anesthesia, whereas I can do an ultrasound in 10 minutes with no anesthesia, and I can even collect biopsy samples, sometimes with sedation, sometimes with none. Depends on the patient, depends on where the lesion is, but we're doing diagnostic imaging to figure out what's wrong without any invasion and pain.
And can you do that on the spot?
Yeah.
Right where you're
Yeah.
at? Wow.
Yeah,
You don't have to take it back to a lab and...
No. Yeah, we work in one of the rooms in the hospital where that patient is at the time. We drive up and we unload and we go into their room and we set up, and within like 5 to 10 minutes we're ready to start the exam, and then as soon as we're done, within 10 minutes we're back in the car and we're on the way to the next one.
So it's fast, and that's great value. for the client.
Yeah.
In this case, an animal or the folks who own it. And
for the veterinarian, because many vets have an ultrasound machine in their practice, and they'll use it for very basic, simple things because it is a very powerful tool. And we learn a little bit about ultrasound in veterinary school, but not enough to become proficient. I mean, it really requires residency level training, thousands of hours and cases to get good at ultrasound. But you can grab a probe and you can muddle through and do some simple things. So most vets have a machine, but they don't know how to use it to the level that we do. And I have a team of 10 people now, including myself, that are doctors and seven doctors and 3 human-trained sonographers. And everybody's going a different direction every day, servicing all the hospitals.
They've got to be a mile wide and an inch deep, and then you're the guy that's an inch wide and a mile deep.
Right. Exactly.
Is that a good analogy?
100%.
Okay.
It's when you're a general practitioner, or even most specialists, specialists are super focused on the one thing they do. Say they only do internal medicine, or they only do surgery, or they do oncology, but they don't tend to have the training to do ultrasound as well. Some of them do, but it's a smaller percentage that got to do that kind of training. But then general practitioners, they have so many things they have to do. Right.
And not just one species.
Yeah. And they have to do all things. I mean, they have to do everything from a skin problem to, why is he vomiting? Why are his liver enzymes elevated? Why is he limping? His nail's broken. It's like all these things that they have to do. So they kind of are a jack of all trades, but they don't get to be a master of one thing.
Right.
I got to master one thing, and I got to put all that other stuff behind me. Like I let other people do those things. So we're able to bring a very specialized service to general practitioners who may have the equipment, but they don't have the know-how to run it. And usually their equipment isn't as good as mine either. So
in a crude way, our business is the same way. We got Carb Jeff.
Yeah, right.
He can fix every single car in here, but only in that one special area.
Right.
We got a suspension guy. You got a painter.
Yeah,
you got body prep. It's so many people, but they have their specialty.
Right.
Sounds pretty similar.
It is very similar. You have to have people that are specialized in the various areas.
Yeah.
And you don't want someone else taking, the role of another guy who not really knowing that area, right? That's
when we got in trouble when we first started. There was 3 of us, and
it's hard.
You got thousands and thousands of parts,
right?
Thousands of maybe hundreds of systems interacting in a vehicle that propels itself, and where danger and safety is critical.
Well, not only that, you're doing really old basic vehicles like mine. And then much more modern stuff too. You're doing the whole spectrum, or taking an old vehicle and making it modern.
Yeah, that's the
Resco mods. Yeah, those are amazing.
It's tough. Yeah, and so I can see that. Now, you sent me a picture a couple of years ago. It was fascinating, and it was a lion, and you were like, "Check this out!" And you were doing something, diagnosing the lion.
Yeah.
I think, were you at the zoo?
Yeah, in
Tell us that story.
San Antonio Zoo. I've done 2 lion echocardiograms there, where we do a lot of abdominal ultrasounds, but we also do cardiac ultrasounds, and we can find heart disease and assess valve function and systolic function of the heart, and determine whether medications are necessary or not. We work with a team of cardiologists on those cases that are in different parts of the world, honestly. But the San Antonio Zoo has me come in to do ultrasounds on a lot of their patients, or a lot of their residents. I don't know.
Do people call on you from outside the area because that's your specialty?
Yeah, I mean, we can only go so far.
Okay.
Yeah, we can only go so far. But I mean, we cover all of San Antonio, the whole I-35 corridor, about 25, 30 miles either side of the 35, and then all of Austin, and the whole hill country. So we have a big area that we're covering.
That's impressive. What's the size of your team? How many folks?
10 doctors.
10 doctors.
And then each or 10 sonographers. 7 of them are doctors, 2 of them are radiologists, and then 3 of them are human trained sonographers. Yeah, and then everybody has an assistant, and then we have someone that works in the office all day long just helping with scheduling. So yeah, it's turned into a bigger machine.
Maybe 20 to 25 people total?
Yeah, about 25, I think.
Yeah, we're getting close. We're 22, 23 right now. I got to look. We may have hired somebody today.
It's hard to remember how many at that point.
But it's managing 3 people, 2 in yourself, and then being a Swiss Army knife, and then going to specialty, and then management, and I do such different things today. You probably do too.
Same.
I imagine you get called in for the big decisions, but you got to kind of trust and let the team grow.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, they all are pinging me with questions throughout the day when something, weird comes up. But otherwise, they know what to do.
Nice.
I've got an amazing team. My people, all of them, both the sonographer doctors and their assistants, they're all awesome.
All right, give us a couple closing remarks. What was the most surprising thing, to put you on the spot, about this journey with this Cobra over since 2018, I think? It's probably been a 7-year journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got it restored pretty quick,
Yeah,
but then you're fixing this, changing that.
Yeah, we ended up buying that frame in like late 2017.
Did you?
Yeah, and then it came to Texas, and on my birthday, ironically, on June of 2020. So kind of in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the most surprising thing? Well, the most surprising thing probably is that there are a lot more things to work out when
shaking it down.
Yeah. The shakedown process is it takes a lot longer than you expect it to, but I think had this been if this had been a brand new Backdraft, they too have a shakedown, and they have their issues that have to get fixed after you get it. I've talked to lots of people, Superformance as well, which is probably the premier brand. It's official Shelby certified and all that, and they still tend to deliver with issues. But when you do a ground up restoration, and just like, wow, there was a lot of things that we had to work out. And so I'd say that was my biggest surprise, but I'd never done it before either. So it was
it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun to do that with you. I do think maybe the biggest surprise, do you remember when we drilled the rotor, the cap, and looked in at the rotor, and we were looking to see if the spark was jumping?
Oh, yeah.
And Carb Jeff figured it out.
Yeah.
It was an MSD, multi-spark distributor. Yeah. And it at a certain RPM, it would arc and pass over a cylinder.
Miss. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Moving that quickly. And he was able to solve it.
I think we ended up having to just do a faster distributor, and then the problem was finally
solved. I think it
solved.
was a ready-to-run triggering distributor that ended up going there.
Okay.
Triggering, I think was the word he used.
Right on.
And man, that changed things.
That and the carburetor, that was a big improvement too.
You decided to just go, give me the package. Yeah. It was a MSD coil distributor, 6AL new box.
Yep.
And all the goodies. We did the wire wraps, ceramic plugs.
Beautifully
we
done.
Eliminated everything. Mm-hmm. And man, that woke that thing up even more.
Yeah, it did.
It went from good to great.
Better. Mm-hmm.
It really did.
But it also made it super reliable. Like I was hearing things like, well, that's like a race car. It's a race car engine. You got to expect it to go out at tuning pretty fast. And I'm like, really? Like after one drive? I don't think so. And not here. No. I wasn't hearing that from you guys. I was hearing that from other people, and it just had a hard time believing that it couldn't be more reliable than it was. And now that we've worked all those things out, and we've again, this is you guys being thrown in the middle of somebody else's project, and it wasn't complete when it was sent. So we knew we had more work to do when we got it, but man, we didn't know how much. That was really the big surprise.
And a lot of rework. I bet you paid for a lot of rework from one shop to the next. And But Jeff is one of those guys. He's our general manager, Carb Jeff. He's 43 years with Pacific Carb. I mean, the guy knows ignition systems and carbs like nobody. But he will root cause something. I mean, he's like a badger.
He doesn't let go of it. Yeah.
So if he knows he solves that, then you can have those drivabilities.
Absolutely.
And instead of having something come back. And he's right, and there is a way to get it to where you only have to come in for a little tweak once a year, or something like that. These are old cars. Things happen, but it shouldn't be as frequently as you went through.
Right.
Okay, so that's the biggest surprise was how much there was to shake down. Most fun, the happiest moment. What can you walk us through that?
That's probably 0 to 60.
Right.
It's fun.
3 seconds.
Something like that.
But does it catch him in third even? I know first, second, no problem.
Oh, third is so powerful.
Is it?
So powerful.
Is it breaking loose?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You can break it loose in third, no problem. I can be going around a corner in third at, 20 miles an hour to turn onto another street, boost it, and it just goes sideways in third.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's wild, and second is scary. So, I mean, I also have to be super careful with this car, and I am. I respect it greatly.
For those of you who don't know, we live in the land of the F-250.
Yeah, right.
An F-150 is small, and here you are in a Cobra, and it's a rocket.
I don't get on the freeway with it. I try to avoid highways at all.
Yeah, this is dangerous in this part of the country.
Yeah, but they're dangerous anywhere. Like, if you don't respect a Cobra, if you're an idiot and you go out there and just drive it like insane, you're going to go sideways and get wrapped around a pole.
We may have to have a whole podcast about don't be an idiot and have you join us and give that talk.
Well, I haven't done it yet, so
exactly.
I'm trying really hard not to become one.
You're still here.
But I really do respect this car a lot because there are no nannies in it. It's not going to start to lose traction and cut the power on me,
right.
Like my regular daily driver does. So yeah, you gotta respect it.
Yeah,
it'll hurt you if
there's
you don't.
No limp mode, no airbags.
And so I'm a little careful about letting other people drive it too, because if you don't respect this car, it will hurt you and will ruin the car.
Besides you and me and Carb Jeff, who else has driven this car?
My wife, one time. She never wants to drive it again.
That's great. What a great segue. So we're going to do a walk around now.
Yeah, sounds good.
And anything else you want to add, Marty?
I have been so thankful to have Valor nearby. I mean, this shop's 15 minutes from my house. The other shop's like 25. They're both extremely close. And when I had this project underway in California before the car was shipped to Texas, I was quite nervous. I'm like, when I get it here, I'm going to need help. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not an expert in these things. And I have some decent, sense on things, but I don't know how to fix this, most of the things that are wrong with it or could go wrong with it. And so I really wanted to know that I could trust. And I've seen people posting questions that live in other parts of the state, like within the Cobra Club and stuff like that on forums, like, hey, who could I go to? And I check where they're from, like, oh, they're in Dallas. Otherwise, I would recommend Valor because people struggle to find a trustworthy shop that's competent. And I'm just super glad that I met you.
You're awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, well, it's been a blessing. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah. All right, let's go look at this car.
Cool. But this being a Backdraft, it's a production car. It's not a kit car. A lot of people ask, is that a kit? Nope, not a kit. They build them in a factory in South Africa. But as we already explained, this was a frame-up restoration because the original car, the whole front end burned to the ground. And basically we bought the frame, and because it's a Backdraft frame, then this is a Backdraft body. I was able to go with the second generation body, which is bigger and wider than the first generation. It still fit on the frame, thankfully. So
you got more leg room out of that?
A little
more handling?
Yeah, it makes it wider. It gives it a wider stance and handling better for sure. The leg room isn't really improved that much. The later generation after this, they made them a little longer. So like 6 foot plus guys can drive them instead of short people like me. But it works perfectly for me. So the wheels are made by a shop in Southern California. They're true Hala brands. I can get the name of who made them, and we could put them in the description. But they're beautiful wheels. They're
safety wired,
legit. Full with the spinner and everything. Just the way the original Cobras were made.
They're beautiful.
And then the Willwood brakes, 6 piston in the front, 4 in the back.
Are they 11-inch? 13.
I don't remember that.
They're big.
Detail. They are big. So there's plenty of stopping power. The car doesn't weigh very much. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's around 2,100 pounds, I think.
Makes sense.
And so let's see. So it's
custom exhaust here.
Yeah. Right? So these are also side pipes made by Gasson in Southern California, and these are their touring pipes, so they're a little less loud. I had Backdraft pipes on it originally, and they were nice and loud. I love the sound, but it does get a little tiring after a few hours. Yeah. You'll see at the Cobra meets, most of the people are driving around with headphones on, earmuffs or whatever. They've got microphones so they can talk to each other. This is really fun because it's very loud when you get on it and get going, but it's not so loud when you're cruising that, you know, your ears start to ring. It's not at all. So I find it to be a really nice, happy medium. And I chose to go with black side pipes to match the black wheels. I had chrome accessories that I was able to find when we did this restoration. So to do everything blacked out was going to be a lot more expensive since we already had chrome. But I actually love the combination of the black and the chrome
And
with the
you
black
brought in the
wheels.
carbon fiber here.
True carbon fiber scoop.
Yeah,
That's a
beautiful.
Backdraft scoop.
And this is not going to crack like most of them do,
right?
since it's
Yeah.
applied from the outside.
And it's you know, each one of these is a bolt that goes all the way through.
Allen head bolts.
Yep.
Want to look at the business end of things?
And the hook is there on your side. So this is a stroked 351 to a 408. It's very, very basic, you know, 4-barrel carburetor. It's a quick fuel.
It's got a quick fuel 750 dual anal double pumper on a 351 Windsor popped over to a 408. It's got a big cam in it.
Yeah.
Figuring all that out was tough without all the documentation.
It was a lot.
But it's very, very balanced, and it sounds amazing. It's one of the best sounding cars that we've built.
For sure.
And it's got a lot of power.
A lot of power.
You got electric cooling fans in the front. You've got all kinds of things that have been addressed. Your steering angle had to be readdressed, I think, a couple times.
Yeah, we had to do a new rack and pinion.
Replace the rack and pinion.
It's fun when you start trying to figure out what parts are on these cars because Backdraft doesn't always remember what parts they put on them in different years.
I can't remember if it was BMW or Toyota.
It's
in the
Toyota.
Toyota in the front. BMW 4-link in the rear.
Yeah,
right?
all the suspension is BMW and the rear end is BMW. But yeah, different parts from different companies, and then as time goes on, they pull parts from other manufacturers. So it's
what's really cool? Can you pull on the headlights? These LED headlights are so cool. If we can get a picture of that. That's your running lights, and there they are. And then you have the rings when you're driving the car, right?
Yeah, I guess it's only when it's in. The rings come on as like daytime running lights.
Nice.
But I guess that's not when it's in auxiliary mode.
It's a beautiful car. I almost want to hear it. Do you think we can pick this up on audio?
I bet we can.
Get this baby started. Oh man, that sounds great.
Yeah,
love it. Can we get the interior too? This is all customized. Momo steering wheel, specialized gauges.
Yeah.
All customized. A lot of speed hut.
Speed hut gauges.
Speed hut gauges.
The speedometer is GPS, so it's always accurate.
Fire suppression in 2 places.
Yeah.
Just in case.
After the history of fire, I wanted to make sure I had plenty of fire extinguishers, so I have one for electrical in the front, one for engine, and a really big one in the back for engine, in case maybe you pull up on someone else.
Right.
But yeah, y'all put some really sweet blue LEDs in the interior, so at night going down the road, you can actually see inside the cab besides the gauges. That makes it easier to get in and out of. Alcantara on the center console, and then stitched leather. The Alcantara on the back, but then leather in the doors and the side panels. That's all Backdraft. So we were able to order that from Backdraft, and they pre-created it based on my my order wishes and shipped it. It's a Backdraft carbon fiber dash. So it's a true Backdraft, but it has a lot of custom because like Backdraft doesn't come with those gauges, and
I don't think those seat belts either.
No, those are
custom.
Yeah, those are 5-point because I also have a center point for whenever we could go on a track. One of my favorite things is this, the baseboard. I've never seen another Cobra with that, and I just feel like it really changes the look of the car. They all are just solid color on that side.
And this was a white pearl.
It's a white pearl
over a blue pearl, right?
Yeah.
They're both pearls. They're beautiful.
And then there's pearl in the racing stripes as well, so you can see it really nicely in the sun, but
it's not going to show in here. It's more beautiful than it even shows inside.
Agreed. Yep. I think those are the big things. I put a Bluetooth sound system in it, so it's got a sub in the back and 2 speakers, so you can have tunes going down the road too. It just streamed to it. There's no radio or anything.
Great car, Marty. Great journey you're on with it. What's next on it? Anything?
Nothing.
I think we're done.
I think I'm done. Yeah, it's
time to enjoy.
I mean, I would love to dyno it at some point and find out what the horsepower is.
We're going to do that.
It'd be nice to, people ask, and I'm like, well, it's around 500, but I don't know.
Well, thank you, Marty. We'll wrap this one up. 1965 Backdraft Cobra with a 408. Great car. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for all y'all have done.